For the project with the Arduino that generates a Feldhell signal, I needed an antenna. Of course, this approach could also be followed for other bands. There's enough space in the attic. Perfect for some transmitting experiments, so let's build. First, calculate what the total length should be. 300 divided by the frequency in megahertz gives the wavelength in meters. So 300 divided by 14.1 is 21.28 meters. Over a half-wave dipole, that is of course the half of that, 10.64 meters. I remember a rule of thumb that because of the thin wire and the insulation, that length should be multiplied by 0.95. This results in 10.11 meters. The wire itself is not critical. In this case I used half square millimeter flexible wire. I took the wire, cut the length and cut the wire in the middle for the connector. Because I have more antennas in the attic, I could use a coax cable by removing it from another antenna. The connector hung on a screw with a nylon string. One dipole leg could be routed along a wall with a bend. The other dipole leg was laid over some woodwork and put through a hole so that half of it hangs vertically. The transmitter connected to the other side of the coax cable via the SWR meter, a very bad SWR. The dipole was shortened by cutting a small piece on both sides, after which it became a little better. Cut a few more times, after which the SWR became reasonable. Then looked at the low and high end of the 20 meter band to see if I had cut too much. The high end of the band is a higher frequency, so a smaller wavelength. If the SWR at the high end of the band is worse than at the low end of the band, the dipole is still too long. So cut even more and the SWR became very good. The total dipole length is now 9.46 meters, but in your situation it will be different. Modeling this antenna in a simulation program is nonsense. There are several cables of the mains in the vicinity and of course the wall and the roof. Blasting the mains full with HF is not wise with inverters and a central heating system nearby. The 100 milliwatts from my Hell transmitter looks without risk, so I connected it. The antenna appears to radiate because the Hell signal was heard directly over various web SDR receivers, such as in Andorra and France. Another time, an episode about the amplifier and the filter that I placed between the SI5351A and the antenna. If you subscribe, you will be reminded automatically. Until next time,